Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me. Here I am back with more Storm Collectibles goodness. This time Mitsurugi from Soul Calibur 6 in this case. I'm just gonna call Mitsurugi from Soul Calibur. But there he is sitting in this packaging. Love this illustration of the character. Soul Calibur here on the top. Then you have Mitsurugi in his action figure standing there looking all badass. And of course you got some illustration there of the character on the back. You got Mitsurugi here. They show you all his different faces, different poses that he can do. Looks like you do get some effects for the sword. So this looks really cool. Gonna open this up and hopefully we get a good figure inside of here. Alrighty, so here we are back with Mitsurugi out of the box, looking pretty badass. I gotta say, I had a lot of fun posting this guy and getting him looking pretty badass. But what you do get in the box with this guy, as always with a lot of the other Storm Collectibles figures, is you do get this little cool background. So again, I have not played Soul Calibur 6 myself, so I'm going to assume that this is a like final boss type stage, at least by the looks of it. But it's really nice again that they include this, because you can use this in your toy photography or in your display in your shelf. That's really cool, you know, again, that they continue that trend. We'll move the background here out of the way. Of course, you're left there with Mitsurugi in that awesome pose. A couple of things in addition to what you see with him on there. You do get additional hands. You get about 4 different pairs, including the ones that he has in there. So I don't know if you guys could see those. You get some gripping or reaching out hands. You get some fists. You get some hands to help you to hold the weapons, some kind of pointing or reaching out hands again. And you do get ones for the left that have the glove, and then the ones for his right hand that don't. So that's pretty cool again. And again, pretty much the part of the course for just like the other Storm Collectible figures. You also do get additional heads. You get, of course, including the one he has on, you get 3 heads. So the first one being this head here with the screaming, I guess, more look, or yelling rather. You see a bit of the goatee there. So the details on this head are pretty cool. I would just be really careful with the strands of hair here, so you don't break anything. And the ponytail here is articulated, so you can roll it. It can move, in that particular direction. So you get the option of that. And similarly, you also get another head. And this one, he's more, I guess, a bit more angry, about to yell. Gets gritting his teeth. And again, very similar to the other head I just showed you. He's got the details there of the goatee on the bottom by his chin. Got those sideburns going, and of course the little strands of hair here, which again I would be really careful not to break them. They are soft rubber, but again the hair is well done. And same thing as the other one, this ponytail here can move, is articulated. So again, you do get the options for these 2 heads. The last set of accessory is this giant a fire effect, I guess, to simulate, I guess one of his moves from the game. A nice chunk of big clear plastic, and as you guys, I don't know if you guys could tell, but there is a section here where the sword will sort of go in place. So essentially, you could take the sword and sort of slot it in there, and he could look something like that if you wanted to, right? So that's really cool. Again, pretty cool with the accessories that Storm Collectibles includes here with Mitsurugi. And then, of course, last but not least, we have the awesome figure itself. I have him in this really cool pose. This is probably how I'm going to display him. Again, I think they do an awesome job here with everything, the way you can pose this guy here. So starting off here with the head, as I said, this is the more neutral I guess look. He's just kind of there. The ponytail in this one is also articulated, so you can rotate it to your heart's content. The head itself, you know, again, this being Storm Collectibles, you got soft rubber here on the chest and the neck. The armor here is also a bit of soft rubber, so again, you can sort of pose him and move him around, but the head itself, the armor kind of gets in the way, but I mean, you could turn the head fully around if you wanted to. The arms here, you know, you can go up, down, you can rotate them left, right. Elbows almost like 90 degrees, just about. Same thing on this arm here. So he can move his elbows, his shoulders. As I said, this whole section here is all soft rubber. So you do get some ab crunch there. So you can look down and also look up. There's a big ball joint there on the waist. This section here of the sword, where you store the sword rather, you can take that out. So this here can come off, and you could see some of the detail there. It's plain black plastic with that brown, I guess, ribbon there tied, but the black does have some nice detailing on it. It's not just plain black, so it does look pretty cool. Again, continuing with the articulation, you can turn his waist fully around if you needed to for whatever reason. The legs can kick up, so he can kick up probably about that much before the waist kind of, the legs here kind of get in the way a bit, the way it's sculpted. The knees, again, you can probably about that much, and again, these sections here of the pants are all hard plastic, so this is not soft. And the ankles here, you can move them. You don't get a lot of play this way, like left and right. I wouldn't force it, but you can move it certainly up and down. And you also do have a toe articulation here, so you guys could see that. But I would say, again, for the way he is sculpted with these kind of pants, he can hit split pretty well, as you guys could see. Again, kick forward about that much, and then kick back. So I would say, again, for the way this guy is sculpted, he has pretty good articulation there. What I do also enjoy about this figure is all the details on the armor here, for example. You know, it's all really well done with the red. Got some grays and gold accents on this one side. And you've got his handpiece there, his forearm, the glove on the hand. Continuing here on this side too, I think the detail on the armor is done pretty well. And same thing here. I think the hue of the red and the gold looks really, really nice. And then moving on to the back, same thing. You got more red and gold there, and some of this dark gray brown. If you this is part of this whole chest armor piece, I would just be really careful. Now, you know, you don't want to break this. It could, but it doesn't look like it's too fragile. But again, just wanted to note that, because you could see when you lift this, you are kind of pulling on these sections here. So just something to be really careful about. But again, continuing on the detail of the armor pieces here, you got some gold with the black here as well. This whole section on the waist, it's got this cool little design here. This is all soft rubber with this band here. I guess it's, again, like a rubber piece rope that he ties around his waist, so that looks really cool. And love the design here on the pants. Looks like a tiger there on the side, so that's really cool. You don't have the same thing here, but again, continuing with that whole gray, the pants are done really well. As I said, this here is soft rubber to allow you, you know, to put him in some cool poses. But right here, these two sections of the pants are really they're hard plastic. And again, with the awesome detail on the armor there, you could see the legs with the red and gold, and then you've got more black and gray and brown. But overall, this figure looks really, really cool. Pretty poseable, I would say. I guess if I had to nitpick something, about this figure would probably be the expression on the faces that you do get. Wish we could have gotten a couple more. I'm not liking too much this neutral kind of looking face here. It's not terrible by any means. I don't know if it's sometimes when I look at it head on, these strands of the hair kind of get in the way of the eyes. So I don't know, it makes them look a little weird, but it's nothing that is too terrible. But overall, this is a really great figure on my end. Kind of makes me wish, and I hope that Storm Collectibles gives us more Soul Calibur figures, particularly a Nightmare figure. I think would be a great thing to have or to add to this collection.
All right, so pretty happy overall with Mitsurugi here. I gotta say, I think Storm Collectibles continues to do a pretty good job with his video game characters, as far as the ones that I have anyway. So overall, pretty happy with it. Not a lot of accessories, but what you do get in hand, I think it's more than enough for a character like this guy. Definitely looking forward to see if they make someone like Nightmare or Ivy. Those two would be great. I know we already got Taki, and then we have Mitsurugi here, so that's pretty cool, but we'll see how it goes. As we close, just want to do some comparisons here to other Storm Collectible figures in my collection, or at least some of them. The closest one being here, Haomaru from Samurai Showdown. You guys could see him there, looking pretty cool. They're about the same size. Haomaru here looks a little smaller because of the pose that I have him in, but these two overall do look really nice. You know, you could also throw him in here, let's say, with somebody like King from Tekken. This is from Tekken 7, I believe, in this case. And again, those look pretty cool right there on their own. So we'll move them out of the way. We can, let's say, bring in here a big guy here like Zangief. Of course, this guy's going to dwarf most figures. And here he is next to one of my more recent acquisitions, the CEO here, Geese Howard. You guys can see him there, what he looks like, what the three of them look like together there. But really nice nonetheless. And we'll move these two guys out of the way here. And then, of course, we've got here more Tekken. Paul Phoenix here. Paul is a little taller. He's just kind of sprawled out in that kind of pose, action pose, have you? Then we have here the Orochi Iori from King of Fighters 97. Again, these look all really cool together. Show you guys what those two are about. We'll move them out of the way here. Then we have some Virtua Fighter rep. You guys see him there. And while we're on the Sega train, here he is next to Axel from Street of Rage. Very comparable in size. Again, those look pretty cool together. And then, of course, the last one here just had a here M Bison, as he's known in Japan, or Balrog here in the US. So yeah, but that's it, guys. I'm overall pretty happy with this guy. Really glad to add Mitsurugi here to the collection. As you guys can see, he looks pretty cool. Along with the other Storm Collectible figures from the other video games like Street Fighter, Samurai Showdown. But again, I do hope that Storm Collectibles here continues with their Soul Calibur line. Again, it would be awesome to see something like Nightmare, you know, as a figure. At least that one. I think that would be great. But anyway, that's it for me, guys. If I've missed anything, certainly please let me know. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Otherwise, if you made it to the end, thank you so much for your very valuable time, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.